Good afternoon. Today is Monday, May the 15th, and the time right now in Singapore is 1:46 in the afternoon. Now, let's see what the market will do in the new week itself. Now, before we do that, let's take a look at the US equity markets. In the Dow Jones chart, you can see here, this is the 4 hours time frame. You can see that on last Friday, we can see the Dow actually pulls back to an area which I believe may see the returns of buying interest, and that price range is 33,256 to 33,354, and the market went up to a low of 33,110. So it is within this bracket of prices, and I think the market is getting ready to trade to the upside. So we can see that market is getting ready now. Of course, the biggest elephant in the room is what is going to happen to the US debt ceiling. Will there or will there not be any agreement to lift this cap itself? So far, there's no indication that is going to be any development in there, but we will have to keep our ears open and our eyes peeled as to what are the latest development. Last week, they met both the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Biden's team actually met on Tuesday. No result came out of that, and they were supposed to meet again on Friday, but at the last minute it was postponed to this week. So does not look good. So we will have to get ready for some kind of volatility in the event of a US default, although we have never seen that before, so we do not know what to expect. But we can agree that if there is no agreement as the date gets, as the clock ticks towards June the 1st, there's going to be a massive volatility. That will be a given. Okay, so do watch out. But for the time being, last week, remember, there was the release of the CPI and the PPI numbers, and both set of numbers suggest that inflation is inching downwards a little bit, giving the Federal Reserve the excuse to actually pause at the next FOMC meeting, which is not scheduled until June 14. So the market do expect the Fed to actually pause the rate hike, and that is the reason why equity markets may actually go up, because any kind of slowdown in the rate hike is actually seen to be positive. Now, whether that is the case or not remains to be seen, but that is what the market is believing right now. And if that's the case, I think the upside potential remains, of course, very viable. Okay, although over the longer term, this may not necessarily be a good thing. Okay, for the time being, for the purpose of trading, just know that for the time being, I think the market may want to go up, and if that's the case, the first barrier to higher prices will be the month high so far at 34,257, which is not very far away from the year high at 34,342. So if these two levels can actually be overcome, then we can see maybe another challenge higher. But for the time being, these two prices here between 34,257 to 34,342 may act as a very, very hard cap on future price gains. Okay, so for the time being, that could be the target. Over the S&P 500, we saw the same thing. Market actually pulls back about 50% from the high of 4,154 in the week itself to trade to a low of 4,098 before it started to stabilize. And from there, I think this could be a good base for the market to actually propel higher, to challenge the month high at 4,186, and perhaps even challenging the February high at 4,195. So this, again, very similar to the Dow Jones. This confluence of prices here may act as a hard cap on further gains, but there is no saying that it cannot overcome. Okay, the most bullish outlook is actually reserved for the Nasdaq 100. On Friday, we can see that the Nasdaq again registered a marginal high for the year at 13,427, which is not very, very far from the last August high of 13,720. So if this price this level here is breached, I think the market could be gunning for 14,135 to 14,710. So this will be a what call that medium-term target. Okay, we will have to see whether the Nasdaq can take the overall US equity market higher. Over in Asia today, you can see that the Hang Seng actually tested the April low, breached it marginally, but now the market seems to have reversed, and this is the first half. We have a second half for today, and we'll see whether this level here at 19,520 will be revisited again. But so far it looks positive because we have triple bottom here, at least on a 4 hours time frame, and now this is actually quite good for the market to at least challenge 20,300 to 20,500 levels. Okay, but you can see that over the next few levels, we can see that there's a lot of overhead resistance. Even if the market can close above 20,500, there will still be another 20,800 to 21,000 to actually be contest with. Okay, so we have to watch this development as it appears. Over in Tokyo, we can see that the Nikkei actually registered a marginal high again for the year at 29,630, and it's getting very, very close to challenge this. I think this level will come at 29,700 to 30,430. Okay, I've actually started to sell, and I want to position my average position all the way into 30,000. I want to see how this market will react within this bracket of prices, because I think the equality move will end somewhere around 30,000. Okay, so we'll have to see how the market actually pans out. But it's getting to be very, very interesting. Over in the mainland Chinese market, very much similar to what we saw in the Hang Seng market, actually tested the April low, breached marginally, and now we have a bit of a reversal going on here. So this could be laying the ground for a challenge back to 4,001. Okay, so if that's the case, let's see what happens at around this level of 4,075 to 4,120. This is currently acting as a possible barrier to higher prices. Over in the energy market, we can see crude oil continue to slide from a high of $73.83. Now, this rally from $63.73 to $73.83 does not look complete to me. So the pullback from there is seen as a technical pullback. And if that's the case, I hope the market can go down a little bit more to somewhere around $68.70 downwards to $67.50. That will be a great level to pick up some long position. And right now, the market low so far this morning is $69.39. Just a little bit more, I hope we can come into this bracket of price for me to actually buy, because I do believe at the bare minimum, the market should have enough momentum to challenge the month high at $76.07. If by the end of this month, this level is breached, then there's a very high possibility the market may even aim higher to challenge the December high, okay, at $83.30. Over in precious metal, we can see gold has been stabilizing after hitting a low of $2,001, and we can see the market doing a bit of a bounce. And if this bounce unfolds in a three wave, at the bare minimum, we can see market testing $2,030 to $2,034, and we'll see whether it can actually be kept here, because overall I think the pullback from $2,081 doesn't look complete. I think the market may unfold a three wave and to test somewhere between 1,943 to 1,975. So I think near term, there's a possibility that we will see continued weakness going into the end of the month. And then from there, if the market by then is already within this bracket of prices, then we want to be on the lookout for a buy. And if something bad happen in the negotiation for the US debt ceiling, let's say assuming there is no result and June 1st comes and there is still no news, and then the market will likely go in, the US government may actually go into a shutdown, and that is definitely a negative. If that's the case, I think the market will be very, very edgy, and I think gold will definitely benefit from such a sentiment. Okay, over in the silver market, we can see that last Thursday there was a massive sell down. Not so much of a massive sell down, but I think it's a delayed reaction, because we have seen gold corrected, but we've seen silver basically has been very, very stable until last Thursday. Yeah, so it is what I would consider a Johnny come lately kind of move. Market went down from $25.92 all the way down to $23.74. Now this low here happens to be just marginally above this bracket of prices, which I believe may see the return of buying interest. Whether the market will dip further into this bracket of prices remains to be seen. I think never say never. So if it ever dip back into this bracket of prices, especially near the $23, that could be a great level to actually pick up some buy position. At the bare minimum, we possibly will see a rebound back to $24.30. Okay, so hope to see to catch this little move here. By and large, buying precious metal is the way forward, in my opinion. Okay, over in the currency, you can see the dollar has a bounce, a very strong bounce, all the way to 102.59 this morning before it hit this pocket of prices between 102.30 to 102.70, which I've highlighted previously that this area could be an area of selling opportunity. And the high so far this morning is 102.59, and you can see prices are beginning to soften a little bit. So let's see whether this will be the high for this run. Okay, if it's the case, market can actually come back and test the May low again at 152 to 142. Okay, we'll see whether the dollar will actually comes back down. Okay, over in the other currencies, we can see sterling also came off on the back of a resurgent dollar. So we can see sterling has 126.70 80, 126.80 all the way down to 124.43, and you can see a bit of a bounce, and this is very near the month low so far at 124.35. So this will be an obvious support here. So maybe the market will rebound from here all the way to 125.60 to 125.90. Now this will create a great selling opportunity here, because I think the market will come back and revisit the May low, maybe even take out their level to challenge the April low at 122.74. Okay. Over in the Aussie market, we can see the same thing. Aussie from 68 cents dropped to 66 cents, and then now we see a bit of a rebound, and the low here at 0.6636 is within this bracket of prices which I have highlighted previously that may actually entice buyer to return, and this bracket is 0.65260 0.6626 to 0.6667, not 56, it's 66, my mistake here. So this it will be a great level. Okay, so if the market continue to rebound, top side will be 0.6730, 0.6750 levels. Now, if the market actually goes into this bracket again, look for selling signal, because I think it's gonna unravel and maybe to test the 0.65 one more time. Okay. Over in the euro versus the dollar, we see a bit of a rebound for the day's low so far at 108.45. Okay, so very shallow retracement, unlike what we saw in the Aussie market. So this market looks a little bit weak. Whether the market can actually go all the way to 110 remains to be seen, but if it can, that will be a great level to sell. Okay, dollar yen, we saw a very neat three-wave rebound. Okay, so from 133.50, and then we can see a high here at 135.50, drop back to 133.75, and now this completes the three-wave rally. Market have a high at 136.24 this morning and is beginning to struggle. Let's see whether this will be the top for this day, and if the market turn around from here, then market is getting ready to trade to the downside. We'll see whether what happens near the 133. Okay, but if the markets continue to surge forward, there's another level to look out for selling interest. That will be 137.30 to 137.90. That will be a much better level to sell compared to where we are right now. Okay. Over in dollar Canadian, we can see the dollar rebound very much like what we saw in the dollar index. Market surged to 135.67, and now we can see the market now is beginning to lose some steam. This bracket of prices again has been highlighted previously at 135.15 to 135.70, which I do believe may actually see the returns of selling interest. Now we're beginning to see some evidence of that, and whether this will be the peak for this run remain to be seen. And if it goes down and drop below the 135 again, I think that signal is more or less confirmed that the market is getting ready to revisit the low point at 132.70 to all the way to test the 131. Okay, so there's a lot of downside available for this move here. Over in Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin over the weekend actually went down below $26,000 to trade $25,800, and then we have a massive rebound here. This happened on Saturday. Obviously, for those who are not trading crypto actively, you will not see this move. But if you do, you can see that the market may have hit a bottom. The reason why is that this bracket of prices was highlighted previously, 25,000 to 26,000. And then we have a reversal bar in the 4 hours time frame. Notice this bar here with a very long tail at the bottom where the $25,800 is. There is a key reversal here, and the prices have now gone back above the April low, looking good for a challenge of 30,000 at least for the time being. Okay, so there's a very good chance that over the medium term it will go up and take out the 31,000 and hit towards somewhere near the 33,000. So that will be a great level to look out for. In the meantime, that's all I have for you for today. Next update tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye. Take care.